everyone, my name is Angela. I'm a sophomore of English department at NCU. Today, I'm going to demonstrate my teaching. This course is designed for students in vocational high school. The lesson will mainly focus on some basic vocabularies and phrases in business, basic negotiating skills, and one bargaining activity. After the course, students will be able to identify the basic vocabularies and phrases in business, and also they know how to negotiate with consumers or sellers. As for the material in class, I will mainly use PowerPoint slide to present, and I also prepare the worksheet for bargaining activity game. Welcome to my class, and let's start the lesson. At the beginning of the class, we are going to play a bargaining activity first. But because now I have no students there, so I will just go through the rules of the activity. First, I will group you guys into two groups, and one group will play a role of seller, and another group will play a role of buyer. For seller, the key point of the price is cost, 成本. And for buyers, the key point is the money that you have. So, because of these two factors, we will negotiating with each other and strike a balance. In this game, we will use the number of the card to represent the cost or money, and negotiate it with each other in order to maximize your profit. But remember, the important thing in this game is don't let other groups see your cards. So, if your group pick up black card, that means you are a seller, and the number of the card represents your cost. For example, you can look at the PowerPoint. If you pick up black 2, that means you are a seller and your cost is $2. And on the contrast, if you pick up red card, that means you are a buyer and the number of the card represents your cost. For instance, if you pick up red 10, that means you're a buyer and you have $10 to buy the things. So, in the negotiation, both groups should try to make a profit. If you are a seller whose cost is $2, you need to try to higher the price as much as you can. So, if you are a buyer who has $10, you need to lower the price as much as you can to make a profit. In the end of your game, if your team makes more profits, your team will get more rewards. Now we are going to move on the vocabulary part, and I will teach you some vocabularies in business. Number 1, bargain. Bargain means 价格好的商品 or 议价协议. It has different meanings in noun or verb. And now let's look at the phrase. Drive a hard bargain means 不妥协. And bargaining chip means 谈判的筹码. It's a pretty useful word, so you need to memorize it. Number 2, viable. Viable is an adjective and it means 可行的. For example, we can use that in the sentence, I'm afraid that it's not a viable option. Number 3, agreement. Agreement is noun and it means 协议. For example, we can use that in the sentence, we seem to be nearing an agreement. 我们感觉将要达成协议. And number 4, deadlock. Deadlock is a noun and it means 僵局 or 破局. For instance, the talk came to a deadlock. And it has a similar word called impasse. I-M-P-A-S-S-E. It has the same meaning as deadlock. And now, I'm going to have a dialogue activity. So, I want you guys to work in pairs and practice the dialogue with each other. And I will demonstrate first. First, the A person say, "The price doesn't meet our expectation. I think we should bargain with them again." And the person B say, "Neither do I think the price is viable." And a person A say, "Maybe we can make a new agreement and learn to give and take." And give and take is a phrase. It means 协议 or 互相妥协. So now it's your turn to practice the dialogue in pairs. Now, let's talk about the negotiating skills. First, I want to introduce a concept called mental accounting. This concept was proposed by the economist in 1980, and the economist believes that people will tend to dominate their money through the influence of mental accounting. Mental accounting has different categories and different values. For example, we may put our salary into a monthly expenses account, and the brand handbags may classify into a luxury good account. But the point is, how can we apply the concept of mental account when negotiating with customers or with others? We should try to transfer their accounts. For example, a seller is selling an antique, but most people think that antiques are wasted and expensive, because people tend to put antique into a luxury good account. So, if sellers try to persuade customers that the antiques are in the investment account, not in the luxury good account, we can increase the possibility for customers to buy the antique. Now, I'm going to show you the clip which is about the introduction of mental accounting.
Mental accounting is the tendency to treat money differently depending on where it comes from or what it's used for. A prime example of this is having a money jar to save something special while carrying a substantial credit card debt. It makes no financial sense to have a savings jar earning little or no interest, while credit card debt accrues annually. People also tend to spend a bonus or gift more freely than they spend their normal paycheck. But there's no reason why money should be treated any differently because of where it comes from. Some investors think in the same way, dividing their investments between a safe investment portfolio and a speculative portfolio. But their net wealth would be no different if they simply held one large portfolio. Regardless of where it comes from or what it's for, money's money, simple as that.
It's the end of our class. Thanks for listening, and hope you have learned some basic negotiating skills and also some useful vocabularies.